Hey everyone, Anthro G here, and today we're going to talk about the Jetsons, robots, and the 40-hour work week. And we're going to start today off by talking about the origins of the 40-hour work week, who made it up and why, and then what that has to do with robots and the Jetsons, all right? So the work week in the US, like many other countries, really started in an agricultural economy status, right? In which, everybody's kind of working on a family farm or another larger farm that's close. And there's not infinite, but there's many, many jobs. The more kids you have, the more help you have around the farm. Men, women, kids kind of all work at the same place. Not doing exactly the same thing, but in the same place. So it's all really considered work. And when we make the shift as a nation to industrialism, right, it goes from like this idea of having more kids, more better because they're helping you out, to a finite amount of jobs in the factory floor. So then people are competing for those jobs. We as a country passed child labor laws against women working. And don't be fooled, this really doesn't have to do, from what I can tell, this really doesn't have to do with like compassion for women and kids, like the kids. No, it has to do with like not allowing there to be more competition for the men who are supposed to be going and working in these factories, right? Some of these origins are in unions, the other origins are in, owners and factory floors and things of this nature. But the fact is that we passed these laws so that really it was expected that men would go to the factory and work. And what was considered outside of the house, all of a sudden was considered what was work, right? And it didn't start out as a 40-hour work week. I got to tell you, these factories at the beginning, people were working 12, 13-hour days. And through the blood, sweat, and tears of workers and your average citizens, we accomplished things like an 8-hour workday, like overtime pay, like workman's comp, etc. Right? Got it down to 40 hours. That was something that was fought hard for. I think that the average household, last time I read something, is like a little bit around 50 hours a week. Average household, so that includes both people working, just to make ends meet, right? So what the hell does this have to do with robots and the Jetsons? Well, I'm glad you asked. So a lot of talk about, automation and AI, and they're going to come in and steal our jobs and they're going to make people poor, right? And that's one way to look at it. It really is. It's one way to look at it. But I prefer to look at it a little bit more creative way. And so I watched the Jetsons as a kid, and George Jetson kind of had it made, right? He had a robot maid, he had a robot driver, he pushed like a little button, 15, 20 hours a week, and then went home and got to like be with his family and do stuff with his family, right? So why are we looking at it in that way? Why are we looking at it in like, okay, AI and robots are going to start doing all of these jobs, so why can't we restructure the work week so that it's not a 40-hour work week? Let's restructure it so that it's a 35-hour work week, or a 30-hour work week, or a 25-hour work week, and you're still getting paid full time. And with that extra time, you could do whatever you want. You can be human, right? You can interact with your family and friends. You can, with your loved ones, do your own hobbies, spend more time on art and these types of things. This isn't that radical of a concept, folks. Right? This idea that this is the only option. If we get robots to do this other stuff, then you guys are going to live a poor life. Well, who's creating that narrative? And why can't we create our own narrative? Why can't we have the robots do all of the dirty work, and then we get to actually, be a lot more human? Haven't we all pitched into the society enough to where that becomes a reality? Haven't we all pitched in to work and contributing to society enough that we also deserve some of the rises in productivity based on technology and technological advances? I don't know, I guess it's a question to ask ourselves. But I do know that social norms are created by us. They're reinforced by us. Therefore, they can be recreated and reinforced by us as well. So next time someone says, oh, well, these robots are going to come steal our jobs, maybe we can reconsider what that means and be like, heck yeah, maybe robots should be the ones cleaning up the trash in the bathrooms so that we can have a little bit more enjoyable of a life. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for listening.